Okay, I'm ready.
Right, so taking it to the mat, I want you to come into your 4-point kneeling position, and you're going to place your left hand behind your head. So your hand goes behind your head, take a deep breath in, reach under your right arm with your left elbow, and then exhale, reach up to the sky with that left elbow. Good, inhale, reach under, and exhale, big lift, really open up the chest, try to keep those hips squared off, so the rotation comes entirely through the thoracic spine. And when you reach under with that elbow, if you're trying to push that elbow under as much as possible, you're going to feel a nice stretch between those shoulder blades. One more rotation. You're going to lift that elbow up, then place the hand back down. Let's do the same on the other side. Right hand behind your head, deep breath in, reach under your left arm, and then exhale, reach up to the sky.
Do we bend our left elbow when we reach under?
When you reach, your left arm is going to bend just a little bit, and then when you reach up, your arm will be quite straight, that left arm. You've got one more. Perfect, then you're going to place that right hand back down. Let's come into a cat dog stretch. So you're lifting that upper mid back, and then you press your chest to the ground, set those shoulders down, lift the head a little bit. Inhale, flex. Exhale, extend, draw those shoulders down, and take your time with this. You don't need to go fast here. You are working with the spine, so you want it to be nice and safe. Then you're going to come to your neutral spine, and we're actually going to create a C curve with the spine. I want you to bring your left hip out to the side and look to your left hip, so you're creating flexion through the spine. As if you're a dog sort of waggling its tail, and then you're going to switch and do the same on the other side. So you're going to stretch through the side of the body, but make sure, so you can just turn this way.
Am I lifting my leg up to the right angle? Nat?
Sorry?
Ask you what I'm doing. Am I lifting my leg up to the right angle?
You're not lifting your leg, you're flexing your spine to the side. So you're going from side to side.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see me. So as if you're
wagging the tail, yeah.
Creating almost a C shape with the spine. But make sure you're not sticking the hips out too much, so you're not compressing any vertebra. You're just creating that lateral flexion. Good, and then one more time to the left, one more time to the right. And then what you're going to do is bring your right arm forwards and your left leg back. So you are coming into a reciprocal reach here. Hips are tucked in and squared off towards the ground, and you're really lifting that right arm. Make sure that chin is tucked in. You're holding here for another 3, 2, 1. Place that hand down, place that knee down, and let's do the same on the other side. It's really squeezing the glute as well, the leg that is extended. Really lifting, holding for another 5. Hold for 2, 1, hand down, knee down. One more time on each side. I want you to lift that right arm, lift that left leg. Hips are tucked in. Make sure you're nice and stable here. We're just firing up the core a little bit and the glutes. Hand down, knee down. And last time on the other side. Let's go big reach. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, knee down. And just going to flex and extend that spine one more time. And then I want you to lie on your back. We're going to come into some glute activation exercises. So you're lying down on your mat or your towel. And I want you to bring your heels together and have your knees slightly apart. You're going to tuck your hips in and lift up into your glute bridge. And then you roll back down. And again, you tuck in, imprint the spine on the mat. Peel the spine off one vertebra at a time. And then you roll back down one vertebra at a time from your shoulders to your tailbone. And it's an exhale to lift up and an inhale to lower. You're here for another 3. Really squeezing those glutes. Try not to overarch the back. You're tucking in. Lift and hold your next one. And you're going to go for little pulses up. Go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift and hold on 1. I want you to pulse the knees out a little bit. So you're going to pulse them out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those legs together, roll down, give the knees a quick hug and rock from side to side. Okay, so now we're going to a little bit of abdominal prep. I want you to keep your hips tucked in, lower back down on the mat. One at a time, bring your legs into tabletop, so 90 degrees at the hips and the knees. Lift your arms up to the sky, so your fingertips are pointing up, palms are turned forwards towards your knees. You're going to reach your right leg along and your left arm comes back. So it's like that reciprocal reach that we did, but this time you're the other way. So you're really working on maintaining stability through each side, through both sides of the body by reaching your arms and legs in the opposite kind of movement, opposite direction, sorry. So with this one, you really want to try and straighten the leg and point the toes up to the sky. When you extend the leg, so you're flexing the foot. That helps you to really get a bit of a stretch going on through those calf muscles as well. And this, you should start to feel this really activate those lower abdominals, as well as those deeper core muscles. Belly button is drawn down ever so slightly. Going for 4, 3, 2, last one. Come back to the center. Hands behind your head, lift your chest. Then inhale, you relax back. Exhale, lift your chest. So you come into a stomach curls now. So you're lifting and lowering. Exhale to lift. Inhale to place the head back down. So now you're firing up more the upper abdominals. If you need to put your feet down, if you're beginning to feel the fatigue, especially in the lower back, then place your feet down on the ground. And that's going to make it more comfortable. Exhale as you lift the chest. Inhale to place the head back down. You're here for another 3, 2. Lift and hold your next one. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Give those knees a hug, rock from side to side. Place your feet flat down on the ground. You're going to come into a glute bridge hold just for a second to ease off those hip flexors. So I want you to place your feet down, lift those hips, hold for 3, 2, 1, and roll back down. Right, you're going to turn over now. Push yourself up off the ground, and we're going to get started with your first exercise. We're still warming up the muscles, but I'll consider this your first exercise. So you're standing at the bottom of your mat or on the ground if it's a little more stable. Go for a big reach up to the sky. You're going to roll down, walk your hands out into a high plank. Hold there. You do one shoulder tap, so right hand to left shoulder, then left hand to right shoulder, and then walk your hands back to your feet. Big reach up to the sky. And you're going to do that all over again for 45 seconds. So you roll down, walk those hands out, you tap, tap, hands back to your feet, and roll up, big reach. Perfect, big reach up to the sky. And again, you roll down, walk those hands out. And you want to keep lots of stability through the hips. You engage the glutes when you're coming into the shoulder taps. That way you're really working the side of the stomach, and you've just fired them up. You've just fired up those obliques anyway with the previous exercises. So now you're using them in a more of a full body movement. Okay, you have another 2 repetitions here. Big reach, good. That's it, walk those hands back to your feet and stop there. Okay, you're going to come into a leg exercise now. You're going to step out to the side, come back to the center, squat to rise up onto the toes, then you step out to the other side. So it's side lunge to squat, side lunge to squat. That's it. So you're stepping out to the side with one leg, leaning into that hip. Come push yourself off back to the center. Drive up, get low again, step out to the other side. So you're really challenging those hip stabilizing muscles, and it starts to really work those legs as well. So you step out to the side, lean into that hip, that's it. Come back to the center, get into a squat. Rise up onto the toes. Come into your squat again, then you lean to the other side. Then if you want to make this a little more difficult, you can side lunge to a little squat jump, to side lunge to a little squat jump. Doesn't have to be a big one, just enough to get the heart rate up, where you can really just lift up onto your toes nice and quickly. That's it, perfect. Trinny, you are here for another 30 seconds. How's your knee with this one?
All right, I'm still not tightly know what I'm doing with this one.
Okay, so
yeah? I don't see what I'm doing in the middle.
Together, you're going to step out to your left side. You bend your left leg. That's it. Yeah. Come back, push off, come back to the center, come into a squat. Rise up onto your toes. Get into your squat again. Step out to the right. Lean into that right leg. Come to the center, squat, rise up onto the toes. And then squat again, side. Maybe if I show you from the side, you side lunge, squat, drive up, side lunge, squat, drive up. 2 more. Last one. Good. And stop there. You're going to come into a little cardio exercise now. You can see me. You're going to reach the arms up and then lift your left leg and bring your elbows down towards your left hip. Then you reach those arms up, rise up onto your toes. That's it. So you've done this before. Sometimes I give it to you as a warm-up.
Am I just going from side to side?
Yeah, but try not to bring the leg across the body too much. So you lift, and then bring the leg to the center. So you lift, rotate. So you're getting in a bit of thoracic rotation as well. Then if you want to make it more difficult, you come up onto your toes and do a calf raise as you lift the arms. Good. You've got another 4, 3, 2, last one. Stop there for a second. You're going to come back into your plank walkout. So you're going to roll down, walk your hands out into your plank. So you're standing on the top of your mat, that's it. Shoulder tap, walk your hands back to your feet. Good, and again. Walk those hands out, keep those hips nice and still as you do the shoulder tap. In fact, a slower shoulder tap is slightly more effective because you're really using all of those stabilizing muscles through the shoulders, through the back. Those triceps are working hard. Coming up to halfway. Good. Squeezing those glutes when you're doing the shoulder taps. Perfect. Big reach. Nice. Last 20 seconds here. So you've got time for another few repetitions. Good. Big reach up to the sky. Going for another 2. You tap, tap. Walk those hands back to your feet. Big reach, last one. This time you're going to hold that high plank. So you're going to roll down, walk those hands out, hold your high plank. 10 alternating shoulder taps. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7. Nice and slowly, take your time with it. It's got to feel tough in order for those changes to happen. Challenge those muscles. 2, 1. Walk the hands back to your feet. Roll up. And you're going to come into your squat exercise. So the second time you're doing this, you're naturally going to be a little bit better at it. You've strengthened those neuromuscular pathways. You're going to step out to the side. So you are in a side lunge. Come to the center, you're in a squat. Rise up, squat again, side. Center, lift, squat, side. Good, lift. So your knees are bent when you come into your side lunge. So you're not putting too much pressure on those knees. That's it, then you step to the center, squat. Good. That's it, you got the hang of this now, Trinny. Side, center. It's good to do new exercises. Challenge the mind, challenge the body, get those muscles working a little more.
Yeah, it just challenges my coordination. I feel I'm really slow on this one.
Well, and the best thing about exercises, if you keep working, like learning a dance routine or something, you keep doing it and then your coordination becomes much better, but you can apply this to real life as well. So you're always challenging your brain. Exercise makes you more brainy. That is a fact. Lift up. Good. Last two. Sit squat. One more. Come to the center, drive up, and then you're coming into the arm lift, leg lift with the rotation, so you're getting in some spinal mobility, which we like. You may even get a couple of cracks through that thoracic spine.
So I'm actually facing forward the whole time?
You're facing forward the whole time, but as you lift the leg, your upper body rotates. You can see how I'm rotating my arms. Then you lift, rotate to the other side. Lift, rotate. Just that upper body, the hips stay still. You try to keep the leg facing the center. So you inhale, reach up, exhale to rotate. Inhale, exhale. You're here for another 15 seconds. And it's a nice low impact cardio exercise. You're also really getting those arms working because you keep lifting them up in the air. Going for another two. Last one, and stop. Okay, next series of exercises. If you need to grab some water, grab that water now. Stay hydrated. One of the best things you can do for your body.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have a plank variation, and then you're going to be working the backs of the legs, okay? So what I want you to do is come to your mat or to your floor, hands on the ground, legs out in a high plank. You're going to bring the left knee to the left elbow on the outside, back to the center, and then to the right elbow on the inside, back to the center. Then right knee, right elbow, right knee, left elbow, center. So you can bring it out to the side, then across the body, out to the side, across the body. And this one really challenges your upper body strength as well as your core strength, and it gets the heart rate up a little bit too. Good. So rather than just straight across the body, you're going to bring Trinny, you're going to bring the knee out to the side, to your elbow, then to the center, then across to the other elbow, then out to the side, then across. That's it, fantastic. So then you're really challenging the side of the stomach. You're here for another 15 seconds, and then you're coming into your glute bridge variation. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop there. I'm going to take you into your glute bridge variation now. So you're to lie on your back. And I recommend that you don't, so you can have your heels on your mat, you tuck your hips in, lift up to the sky. Make sure your hands are flat down on the ground. You're going to walk your heels out just a little bit and then walk them back in, keeping your hips lifted. So you're challenging your hamstrings, the muscles of the back of the thigh. The further out you walk your legs, the harder it's going to be, but you must keep those core muscles firing, keep the glutes firing in order to keep your lower back safe. So you just keep walking out with those hips in the air, belly button drawn in. Should feel nice and tough for those hamstrings.
Do I need to keep my toes on the floor, or can I just have my heels on the floor?
So yeah, just your heels on the floor for this one. So you're doing heel walks. Those heels are walking out and then coming back in towards your hips.
So toes aren't on the floor?
Toes are not on the floor, just your heels. What you're doing is perfect, Trinny. That's it. You're here for another 10 seconds, and then there is a small hold. Good. Right, you're going to bring the legs out halfway, keep the heels next to each other, and hold it there. Keep those hips tucked in, squeeze the glutes, squeeze those hamstrings. You're here for 8, for 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk those heels back to your glutes, and then you're going to roll down, give the knees a hug, rock from side to side. Okay, little ab exercise as you're there. I want you to place your right hand behind your head, feet down on the ground, and you're going to swing your, you're going to reach for the left ankle with your left arm. You like this exercise, Trinny, it's the side bend. So you're really working the side of the stomach, chest stays lifted, and you want to get that nice big lateral flexion in.
So we keep our chest lifted?
Keep your chest lifted, yeah. Because then you're always keeping those abdominals switched on, and it's 30 seconds.
So just explain to people where they're sort of pulling their hand down towards their ankle. Yeah?
Sorry?
They're pulling their hand down towards the ankle. If they haven't done it.
Yeah, like this, like a side bend. Almost reaching underneath the ankle to get a deeper side bend to really work the side of the stomach. That's it. Nice deep breath, reach down. Good, keep reaching. You've got 10 seconds to go, and then you're doing exactly the same on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Let's do the same on the other side. So, reaching around. Good, getting that nice deep side bend. Chest stays lifted. Keep reaching. It's almost like a little pulse, but you feel the side of the stomach working.
Yeah.
Halfway through. So reach a little more. Perfect. Going for 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop, come to the center. Hands behind your head. Lift your chest. One at a time, bring your legs into tabletop. Then see if you can extend your legs straight forwards, pushing your legs together. That's it, or up to the sky. So you're holding what we call a hollow hold, like this. So chest is lifted, legs are straight. If you need to have your knees bent and you're working on this, that is absolutely fine. Otherwise, you're seeing how low you can go with those legs. Chest stays lifted, you're here for 5. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Rest, give your knees a hug, rock from side to side. Okay, little rest. Come up onto your feet for a second, and then you're going to come back into your plank exercise or the mountain climbing variation. So if you need some water, grab some water. Otherwise, you've got 5 seconds, and then you are into that plank. So hands are down on the ground, feet are down, hips tucked in, left knee to left elbow, bring the leg back. Left knee to right elbow, bring the leg back. So you're going out to the side, then under and across the body. So you lift out to the side, back, under and across the body to the opposite elbow. And you can make this more difficult by going a tiny bit faster. That's going to raise the heart rate. So you can lift, across, lift, across. And this is a really good exercise for challenging your strength. It really works on isometric strength, so holding your body weight in a continuous contraction. That's it. And always remember, if you need to rest, just take a few seconds rest and come back into it. when you're ready. Or simply hold the plank. Trinny, you're doing fantastically. You've got 10 seconds. You can do it for 10 seconds. You are strong. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay, come to your mat. You've got your glute bridge with the heel walkouts to work on your hamstrings. Heels down, hands down, hips tucked in, you lift up. Walk those heels out. Make sure those glutes are switched on. Then you walk the heels back in. So you're really working your bottom here and you're working the back of the butt. Walk your heels out. Walk them back in. And if this isn't enough of a challenge for you, you can keep your heels out a little further away from your knees and focus on walking them out and then in just halfway, so they're not coming all the way into towards the glutes or the butt. That way those hamstrings have to work a little harder for a little longer. 10 seconds and then there is a small hold. So keep those hips tucked in. If you feel any pressure in your knees, sometimes this is a little too much, just hold your glute bridge, hold it and engage the backs of the legs as much as you can. Focus on tucking in. 3, 2, 1, hold it there. So you're going to hold it there with your heels out a little bit further. That's it. There we go. Squeeze the backs of those legs as much as you can. Keep holding. You're here for 5. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Walk your heels back in. Then you can give the knees a hug. Rock from side to side. Good. Then let's come into the abdominal exercise. I want you to place your right hand behind your head. So right hand behind your head, and you're going to reach around for your left ankle with your left hand, so you're getting in that side bend, that deep side bend. Chest stays lifted the whole time. Good. 30 seconds here. Nice 20 seconds to go. Keep that chest lifted. See if you can reach just a little bit more, Trinny. Good. And of course, the closer your heels are together, the harder this is, because the further you have to reach. Of course, it depends on the length of your spine and the flexibility of it too. You have 3, 2, last one, and then let's switch, do the same on the other side. Okay, and we go. Lift the chest and reach. Reach, good. Nice deep breaths as you come back to the center. Exhale to reach right around. Fantastic, halfway. Good. Keep reaching for 10. Going for 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the center, hands behind your head. Both hands, lift your chest, or you can have your arms long, choice is yours. Lift your legs into tabletop, one at a time, hips tucked in. Extend your legs forwards if you can. Hold this hollow hold. That's it, so you're really challenging those abdominals isometrically. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, rest for a couple of seconds. Good, and we're going to come into a little finisher now. That's it, having a nice big stretch.
Yeah.
So you're going to come up onto your feet.
Jumping.
And you're going to come into the side skater, and then we're going to do a little bit of back extension work. So you jump out to the side, arms long, then your right foot goes behind your left foot, but you're going to reach the ground with your right hand. Out to the side, down, side, down. So this is called a skater. So that's it. And if you get really good at this, you can bring it into a leap, and it's going to be more challenging. But you can take it down and just do the step. It's still a tough exercise. So that's it. If you want to leap, you can do. That's going to make it tough. Nice that you land nice and light on those toes for a little bit of calf work as well.
I feel I'm as light as an elephant right now.
So wait till you've done your 7 days of Peloton and zero sugar training.
I said 3 of this week. I didn't say every day.
Oh, no, sorry, I meant 7 days, me and Peloton.
Oh, 7 days of
like
Peloton. Yes, just wait.
7 days? I didn't agree to that.
No, I didn't agree to that every day.
Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Come to your mats. We're going to finish with Pilates swimmers, which are really hard but fantastic for your posture. So you're going to lie down on your stomach, hips are tucked in, arms are outstretched above your head. I might just need to angle my camera down. You alternate kicking your arms and legs, lifting them up. So Trinny, I want you to lift your chest up towards, that's it, and lift your arms as well. So you're lifting your arms and you alternate kicking your arms and legs. That's it. Keep your arms nice and straight, pull the shoulders down the back. And it's inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a 100s exercise if you're familiar with Pilates. So you got to 100 counts, but we're not going to do that today. Lift those arms a little bit higher. So you're lifting the chest, head is looking, your eyes are looking down, but you're bringing your head back, shoulders down as well. Legs nice and straight, bottom working. You're here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Rest in child's pose. Rest, relax. And then you can walk your hands over to the right. Place your left hand on the ground and place your right hand over the top of your left hand. And then just pull into the left side of your body. So you feel a stretch underneath through those lats, those big back muscles. And then let's walk your hands over to the left. Push your right hand into the ground. Place your left hand over your right and pull into the right side of your body. Back to the center. You're going to slowly come out of this into a cat-dog stretch. So I want you to flex and extend your spine. Flex and extend. And then come to neutral. We're going to start up with your hip flexor stretches today. I've got a new series of stretches for you. I want you to bring your left foot forward so you're in a split knee position. So split knee position, if you need to fold your mat over, then go for it to cushion your knee a little bit more. And I want you to tuck your hips in, squeezing your right glute, reach your right arm up to the sky. You're going to lean to your left, then come back to the center. So it's actually a moving stretch. Inhale to the center, exhale, you lean. So Trinny, just lean to the other arm.
Sorry, I've got my left leg in front of me and I've got my left arm up and I'm leaning to the left.
So if your left leg is in front of you, you want your right arm to be up.
Okay. And then I lean to the left. Great.
And then you lean, yes, that's it, you've got it. Inhale to the center, exhale, you lean. Good. And then going for another 2. One more, come back to the center, place that hand down just for a second. You're going to bring your left leg out to the side, pointing the toes out, so it's at a diagonal. From there, what I want you to do is lean into that leg. So hips are tucked in, lean into the leg. So you're actually getting stretched through those inner thigh muscles. So you're feeling, your hips are tucked in, you feel that the inner thighs are stretching out. That's it. So you're pushing over you're bringing the knees over the toes. Sorry, the left knee over your toes. Hips are tucked in. Now what we're going to do is decompress the hip. So I want you to put your hands on top of your thigh. That's it. And then as you lean forwards, you're going to push the hands forwards. So you're gripping the leg, but you're pushing forwards, which helps decompress the top of your femur from the thigh bone from your hip capsule. Which is good, because sometimes it gets really jammed in there. So you keep pushing forwards, going for another 3. That's it. 2, leaning forwards, and last 1. Come back to the center, and let's do the same stretches on the other side. You're going to bring your right foot forwards, left knee is now on the ground, hips tucked in, squeeze your back, and reach up with your left arm. Deep breath in, exhale, side bend, come back to the center on the in-breath. Exhale, side bend, center. So the muscles aren't holding that stretch. They're gently easing in and out of it. If you want to get a deeper stretch, come forwards a little bit, but keep your butt switched on that left side. You've got 1 more here. Come back to the center. Going to bring your right foot out to the side this time, so it's pointing out at a diagonal. Then hips tucked in. You're going to start to lean forwards towards the toes. So you're traveling in the direction of that front leg. So you feel the inner thighs stretch out, hips stay tucked in. Inhale to the center, exhale to push forwards. Going for another 2. Last 1. Place your hands on your thigh, and you're going to push, not down, but towards your knee. So you're pushing as if you're trying to pull your leg out, which is essentially what you're doing. You're getting that decompression, creating more space in that hip joint. And push. Good. Coming back to the center, and again you push. You're going to do this 1 more time. So see if you can go a little bit further in that stretch now. And come back to the center. Okay, going to lie on your back. So if your mat's folded over, just unfold it, lie down on your mat. And we're going to come into the hamstring stretch. Left leg is long on the ground. You interlink your fingers behind your right thigh. And now you extend and bend that leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Shoulders are relaxed. And if you want to make this slightly more comfortable, if you're working on your flexibility, bend your left leg, have the foot on the ground. And also you don't have to extend this right leg completely. You could keep a soft bend at the knee. You'll still get a stretch. Going for 1 more. Then you're going to bend that left leg, place the foot on the ground, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Pull your hands through that triangle and pull your legs towards you. Because you've just decompressed your hips, this stretch might actually feel a little bit more comfortable for you. And try and relax in this stretch, just taking some deep breaths. And let those legs cross over completely. Lower the legs to your left. Outstretch your right arm and look to your right. And you can place your left hand on top of your right knee just to keep yourself anchored down. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center and cross the legs. Lengthen your right leg long. Interlink your fingers behind your left leg. Deep breath in. Exhale, straighten your leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. And if it feels uncomfortable, don't push yourself in a stretch. Stretching should not feel like your muscles are about to be ripped off. It should feel like you're getting a little, you should feel a tiny bit of tension, but more just like a nice stretch. And if you're gentle with your body, you will start to notice more of a difference with your stretching. It will increase. Another 1, you extend, bend that leg. Bend your right leg, cross your left ankle over your right knee, and come into your hip stretch. So you're pulling that right leg towards you. Feeling the muscles around that left hip, have a little stretch. If you feel this pulling on your knee, it could be that your IT band or your quadriceps are particularly tight. Nice deep breaths, holding for 5. Pull a little bit more. 2, 1. Place that right foot down. Cross the legs completely. Bring your left arm out to the side. Now lift your legs. Lower them to the right. Look to your left. And enjoy this rotation. Let your tension melt into the ground. Holding for 5, for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center. Give your knees a quick hug, rock from side to side. Going to turn over, push yourself up, and we'll do a couple of neck stretches, and then you'll be ready to start your Monday. So you're going to kneel, flex your hands. First of all, you're going to just tilt the ear to the shoulder with your hands flexed. And if you want a deeper stretch, you can just place the hand very gently on the other side of the head. That's it. And then look down towards your pocket, down at a diagonal. Come back to the center. Let's do the same on the other side. Very gently, so you're not pulling. It's just, you can even put just rest your forearm on your head. It's just to act as an anchor point, really. And then look down towards the corner of the pocket. Come back to the center. Now you're going to pin your fascia on the front of the neck. So you're going to pin the front of the neck. Place your other hand over the top. And what I want you to do is look up towards the corner. Because you're pinning it down, you're encouraging a deeper stretch. So you're not allowing that muscle on the bones to be moved. It's pinned down, so you really feel that nice deep stretch through the front, through the sternocleidomastoid muscles. And if you're looking at a computer, you've got forward head posture, or you're looking down a lot, this gets really short and really tight. So you want to give it a good stretch. Switch and do the same on the other side. That's it. And back to the center, interlink your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Nice big squeeze. That's it. You can sit cross-legged in this position if you need, or come up onto your knees. Then clasp your hands at the front of your body, round your back so you feel you're getting a nice stretch between those shoulder blades. Come back to the center, roll those shoulders back a couple of times. You're going to just come up onto your feet. Last thing we're going to do, just to let the head relax, you're going to decompress the head a little bit, the neck. Let your upper body hang down, interlink your fingers behind your head. Very gently pull your head down. If you're very tight through the neck, you may feel this through your spine, through your thoracic spine. Now let your arms hang long. You're going to rock from side to side. Loosen up the back. Take a deep breath in. Stop in the center. Soften those knees. Exhale, very slowly stack up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your shoulders back, set them down, and you're finished.
But we're done, and it's Monday, and all of those who've done it, how good do you feel that you've started your week like this? It's fantastic. So, Natalie,
Yes.
that was a great class. Just
Thank
really
you.
good, that strength, because
Yeah.
to me, it's all in the strength, you know. The stronger
Yes.
I am, the more I feel I can do anything.
Yeah,
I suppose.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.